Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see how to mass delete or bulk delete Salesforce messaging users and their related records with the help of Conversation Data API. I have seen in many Salesforce forums for GDPR and CCPA, they wanted to delete the Salesforce messaging participants and their related data from Salesforce. In order to do so, we can make use of the Salesforce Conversation Data API. The prerequisite for this is in Salesforce setup, we have to enable conversation service APIs. So in order to do so, go to Salesforce setup, search for conversation service APIs and enable this. Once this is enabled, the next prerequisite for this is to create the external client app. So go to external client app manager in Salesforce, click new external client, and then you have to follow all the steps that are mentioned in this document. You have to create the external app with all the scope, what are all the features that should be enabled and disabled. So make sure you follow all these steps. Once we create this external client application in Salesforce setup, we will be able to get the consumer key and the consumer secret, so that we will be able to make a call to the Salesforce access token endpoint and get the access token. So this particular external client app in Salesforce setup is created mainly for the authentication, and in this authentication we are defining the authorization, the scope to access Salesforce API platform. Okay, next, once these prerequisites are done, in order to delete the participant and their related data with the help of Conversation Data API, we have to do HTTP GET request to get the access token. In order to do that, use a post request to your Salesforce my domain URL /services/or2/token. Here you have to pass your client ID, secret, and grant type. Once this is done, you will be able to get the access token. So here I am able to get the access token with the help of client ID and client secret from the external client app, and I'm setting the grant type as client credentials, and I'm able to get the access token. You have to make use of this access token in your next delete request. In order to delete the conversation participant and their related data, you have to do a delete request to api.salesforce.com/platform/engagement. Current version is v1.0/conversation-participants, and in the parameter you have to pass the participant entity ID. Here you can pass multiple participant IDs at the same time. Instead of passing one participant ID at a time, you will be able to pass multiple with comma separated. And one more parameter what you have to pass is cascade level equal to full cascade, so that it will delete all the participant and their related data from Salesforce. One important thing to note here is whenever we do this delete request, it will do an async operation. So what it will do is it will enqueue the jobs for deletion, and it will gradually delete the data, and then and in order to verify it, you can go to Salesforce developer console, and then you should be able to query whether that messaging user record is present or not. Let's see how to get these messaging user IDs using Salesforce Apex. In order to get the data, I am making use of this simple Apex code. I am getting id from messaging user object or entity with the limit of 3. This is my dev org or a demo org. I'm just playing around. So I'm going to get 3 messaging user IDs, and then I'm printing it in my system.debug statement. So I will be able to get 3 messaging user IDs, using which I will be able to pass it to the delete request. What I would recommend is use select id comma messaging user and use a where condition based on the user you wanted to delete from your Salesforce org. So make use of this query. I will try to share this sample Apex code in the blog post, so you will be able to get the sample SOQL and the sample Apex code for your reference. Okay, so here I'm going to execute this. Let's look at the debug log. So here I'm able to get 3 messaging user IDs. Let me copy it. Currently I have 21 messaging users. I just clicked refresh twice. I can see that 21 messaging user records are there. Let me pass this. Let me clear this response, and here I'm going to pass 3 messaging user IDs. Now if I make a request, here in the param we have to pass participant entity ID and cascade level as full cascade. Next, in the header you have to pass authorization as bearer space the access token which we got it from the previous post request. Okay, now let me do this send request. Delete request is enqueued. I can see the status as enqueued. Now if I go and refresh it, as of now it is 21, it should be 18, but since it is async job, we have to give some time for the jobs to be completed. So as of now only 1 is deleted. Let's give some time. One more thing is, if you go to recycle bin, you should be able to see the one which got deleted. So the deleted date is today, 20th November 2025. So even here if you refresh, you should see that it will take some time. It won't be it is not a synchronous job for the deletion request. It will take its time, so kindly wait for some time, and then you should be able to see the deletion. Please check the video description. In the video description I have shared my blog post. From the blog post you should be able to get the prerequisites, steps, sample Apex code with the SOQL query for your reference. Now let's verify whether it is deleting it or not. Okay, see, 2 of them are also deleted now. If I come here, check the recycle bin, I am able to see the 3 records which were deleted. Definitely it took a couple of minutes for the deletion. So if you are deleting in bulk, kindly wait. It is not a synchronous call, it is an asynchronous operation. Salesforce will delete, and then it should be available in your recycle bin. And then if you want to restore it before the recycle bin is purged, you should be able to restore it. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for watching.